In the next phase of creating content, we're going to look at design. We'll start off with structure. And when we're looking at structure, we'll be looking at typical document structures. So for example, form letters, faxes, memos, etc. We will look at how we will sequence our paragraphs. We'll also look at some brainstorming techniques. We'll look at how we create titles and subtitles, and typical document structures such as introduction, your body, and the close of content. And then we'll look at some techniques we can use to create headings and create emphasis on some of the content we create. And as part of structure, we will also look at how we create indexes, tables of contents, and footnotes. Next, we will have a look at layout, and we'll look at some design principles. And for design principles in particular, we'll look at creating contrast, repetition, alignment, and how we work with proximity and white space. We will look at the screen dimensions if we're creating content for the screen, and we will look at print sizes if we are creating content for print. Another part of design is looking at readability, and this is to take into consideration the difficulty, in particularly the language difficulty of our content, and also looking at reading difficulties that relate to sight, and then whether or not our content is search engine friendly if we're creating content for the web. We will look at some readability improvements that we can make through appearance by looking at typefaces, typically called fonts. We will look at how color can be used to improve readability and the size of our content. Another aspect of design is efficiency, and this is just to make sure that we can very quickly, clearly communicate the message we want to communicate. We will look at some minimalistic design. Efficiency also ties in with accuracy, and our documents need to be created within a timely fashion. We will also look at the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. Another aspect of design is consistency. So we're going to look at repetition. We will look at tools that will help us if we need to create regular content, such as editorial calendars. We will look at creating consistent quality across our content. We will also make sure that when we're creating content for the same target audience, that we have a clear profile of who it is we're writing for. Another aspect of design is data visualization. So we'll look at how we can use tables to represent data, how we can create graphs and charts, using mind maps to visualize hard concepts. We will look at shapes and graphics, and we'll also explore some modern techniques such as infographics. Style guides and templates are also an important part of our design. So we will look at how we will use logos, using corporate colors, formatting guidelines, and predefined templates, which can all be dictated by a style guide. And style guides might also dictate other branding elements. And this is the second phase of creating content.